Okay, thank you, Hood. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, before we start, let me introduce myself. My name Thomas. I am the solution consultant and technical consultant for the Autodesk MNE. So today we will see about the cinematic rendering with the Autodesk Arnold. Yeah, so we focusing in Arnold and Maya. Yeah, so how to create the scene with the cinematic. So let's move on. Okay. Okay, so this is the key takeaways for today. Yeah, because we a lot talking about the cinematic. Yeah, what is cinematic rendering? Yeah, what is prerequisite? Yeah, what's item or lighting material we need to improve for the cinematic rendering. And the second, yeah, of course, yeah, during this demo, I'm using currently the Arnold render. Yeah, that's why maybe one of you new heard about the Arnold. Yeah, so yeah, the second topic is the what is Arnold, Autodesk Arnold. I think the third is I think this is the important thing. What is the lighting in Arnold and shading and camera technique? Yeah, of course, we will see how to create some cinematic, how to improve, and of course we have this point of the Maya and Arnold demo. Yeah, so this the whole demo currently I recorded, so this is not the live. Yeah, because sometimes when we do the live demo, yeah, maybe the software crash maybe, or maybe the connection. Yeah, that's why I try to record it all the things about demo. Yeah, so if any questions, I think in the last sessions we will do some Q&A, so you can put your question on Q&A sessions. Okay, so we move on to the first topic, why cinematic rendering. Yeah, so why the cinematic rendering? Of course, this is the four item, yeah, that I resume. Yeah, so when we talking about the cinematic, yeah, of course, number one is the stronger emotionals. Yeah, because when you do some cinematic, you need to do some how to approach the camera to telling the story, right? If don't have a story, sometimes we have a confusing. Yeah, so what we should do some the let's say the story inside the our cinematic rendering. Yeah, that's why the stronger is emotional impact. Yeah, this is number one. And number two, of course, when we do the cinematic, of course we have a teamwork, and also we our client. Yeah, so we need to do some clear visual storytelling. Why? Because if we don't have any clear clarity on our storytelling, it's make confuse to the audience. Yeah, what is the want to approach? Yeah, what you want to approach on your story? Yeah, that's why you need to have the clear visual storytelling. And number three, yeah, this is the higher quality realism. Yeah, that's why, yeah, I think I believe you want to have the higher quality, what you want to expect to your, let's say, your scene, your movie, yeah, your render scene, yeah. So you need to higher quality. Yeah, that's why you need to do some, maybe you can tweak your lighting, your material, how to create more realism, yeah, how to put the camera, of course, yeah. And then the last, yeah, the better communications. Yeah. Can you imagine if you show, yeah, your cinematic rendering to non-technical audience? Yeah, the non-technical audience, they didn't have any technical things background. That's why it's a bit lot of question. Now, this is sometimes when you have the complex idea, yeah, the complexity of your idea. Sometimes you cannot translate your story to them, right? It's not clear sometimes it's missing. Yeah, even though sometimes when you talking about hey, this is camera, you want to tweak, blah blah blah. Yeah, because they don't have any non-technical audience. Yeah, that's why you need to consider, yeah, maintain to maintain the communications, yeah, between your storytelling and maybe your client. Yeah, that's why better communication. This is the reason why cinematic rendering is important things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is the. We go to the next slide. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is currently we are using the Autodesk Arnold. Yeah. what is Autodesk Arnold? Yeah, I think if I throw back, yeah, in 2017, yeah, Autodesk Arnold is a part of, I think before join with the Autodesk Arnold is a solid angle company. Yeah, so in that time it's hard to convince, yeah, the user to have Arnold, yeah, because I believe, yeah, in many there is a lot of many rendering engine in the market like V-Ray, like Redshift, and a lot of things, yeah, coming for the in the market. That's why the positioning is Arnold is sometimes is a big questions, yeah, especially for the customer who don't know about the Arnold. Yes, yeah. Since 2017, Arnold is a part of the Autodesk. Yeah. So what is Autodesk Arnold? Yeah, Arnold is a winning path tracing render. So I don't want to dig dive about the what is the path tracing. If you looking, yeah, the word of path tracing render, so you can find the mathematic. Yeah, the mathematic there. Yeah, the path tracing render is more they can more yes efficiency when you do some rendering. And number two is easy to use. Yeah, why easy to use? Because this is have more improvement when we talk. Hey, this is easy to use. Yeah, that's why we need to have the experience. Yeah, the experience for user who using the Arnold render. Yeah, some studio they already using the Arnold render. Yeah, mostly, yeah, they say easy to use, or we call it the artist friendly. And of course, yeah, the Autodesk Arnold is not this is the plugin. Yeah, if you have Maya or 3ds Max, yeah, Arnold is in over already there. Yeah, that's why for the Autodesk Maya and 3ds Max, yeah, once you install, you have the Arnold render plugin. Yeah, how about the any DCC application like Houdini Cinema 4D? Yeah, they have a plugin for the for their others DCC applications. Yeah, so the plugin they call the M2A, which means Maya to Arnold plugin. Yeah, that's free for every subscriptions. Yeah. So Autodesk Arnold also support by CPU and GPU rendering, which means if you have the spec of your computer, especially for the graphic card, so you can switch into the GPU rendering. Yeah. So if you have the old, I think the spec, yeah, the older specs, yeah, so you can also using the Arnold using the CPU rendering. Yeah, that's what is the Autodesk Arnold. Okay. So this is the Arnold like behavior. So I will move. Yeah, I think this is the Arnold like behavior and bias render engines. Yeah, this is the easy to achieve realistic rendering, which means if you put some lighting there, then you can have some information of your output rendering. Yeah, that's why this is easy to achieve realistic lighting. Yeah. So yeah, sometimes we need to tweak. Yeah, I think is every render engine you need to tweak like V-Ray, Redshift. Yeah, so you need to tweak. Yeah. So this is the Arnold like behavior. Yeah, yeah, easy to achieve the realistic for the lighting. So this is the kind of this of the lighting inside in Arnold. Yeah, from the direct light, point light. Yeah, if using the Maya default lighting, yeah, I think some of this lighting from Arnold is a bit similar. Yeah, and I think the light they have inside in Arnold, they have a sky dome. Yeah, sky dome, spotlight, and quad and mesh, and there is a portal light. Yeah, this kind of light we will using, yeah, to do some cinematic, yeah, rendering. Yeah, so by examples, yeah, this is the sky dome. Yeah, what is the sky dome? Sky dome is simulate light coming from the sky. Yeah, I think previously we know about the IBL, image based lighting. Yeah, so you can, or either we can say the photorealistic. So you can put now in Arnold, we can say the sky dome lighting. So this sky dome lighting, this is like the central. yeah, the central lighting, yeah, the environment lighting, yeah. The sky dome lighting is support for the SDR image, so you can have, let's say, you can go to the Polygon website, Polyheaven, sorry, Polyheaven. So you can have the SDR image, so you can use, yeah, SDR image into the sky dome. Yeah, yeah, this is the squad light. Yeah, so I can move. I think so. This is I'll not have also the distant light. The distant light. Yeah, let's say you want to create some model like sunlight. Yeah, especially for the interior rendering. Yeah, so yeah, this is the distant light. Yeah, and also the disk light. Yeah, the disk light. Sometimes we can have the shape. Yeah, the circular area source or the flat disk. Yeah, that's why this like sometimes we put inside in front of the camera. Yeah, like the, let's say you have the character, so you want to the light will be in front, yeah, and flat this, yeah, shape, so you can use this light, yeah, on your scene. Okay, yeah, so I think we can move. Yeah, this is the point light. So this is the direct and indirect lighting. Yeah, sometimes we have this when we want to render as AOV. Yeah, you want to send to the yeah, compositing. Yeah, that's why we will see, yeah, in this demo. I will show you how to setting the AOV, or we can call the arbitrary output variable, yeah, to the file. Yeah, let's say you want to send your file to the Nuke, the After Effects, the Photoshop, yeah, anything. So this is the direct from light and indirect, yeah. So we move on to the demo. Yeah. So this cinematography. Yeah. I try using to the horror movie. Yeah. I think the horror movie. Why? Because this is more easy to get the cinematography. Yeah. There's a lot. So in this demo, I take the example for cinematography for the horror. Yeah. The zombie one. Yeah. So the scene, the character, this I took from the Moxion. Yeah, there will be a Moxion. Yeah, there is a character, free character. So the scene, yeah, this I try to put some the messy room. Yeah, that's why how to create this scene. Yeah, so we will see. Yeah, so before we do some cinematic rendering, yeah, so we need to reference. Yeah, the reference is more important. Why? Because from these pictures, yeah, from this reference we can create some the lighting, the position lighting, the camera, what is the horror camera, what is the lighting inside the horror movie. Yeah, that's why we can do some reference. Yeah, this is important. Yeah, of course. Yeah, when you do some animations, yeah, you have the video reference. Yeah, to do some movement. Yeah, to create your movement. Yeah, again, without the strong cinematographic, yeah, reference, visual risk to become unfocused. Yeah, that's why this is I took from the Conjuring movie. Yeah, for as a reference. Yeah, for the horror movie. Okay. So this is the scene that I set up, yeah, before. Yeah, so this scene I'm using the reference. That's why if anything, so I don't want to import, because if anything I changes like this position, the rigging, yeah, so I can go to the source file. Yeah, so we don't need to export to FBX, import. No, just go to the file and reference. Yeah, I think it's more easy to maintain. Yeah, so okay, I play. Yeah, so I try to divide my viewport into the two viewport. Yeah, so this is the global. Yeah, I think the currently we have a short cam. Yeah, the short cam I created from the current camera. Yeah, so if you want, I want to position angle from bottom to the top. Yeah, from bottom to the top. Yeah, so I'm trying to create some like focusing for this zombie, and all this environment also. Yeah, that's why I put the position of the my camera from the bottom to the top. Yeah. So in this step, the first step, I try to put the lighting. Yeah. So this is the camera that I created. Yeah. I think from the first, yeah, the shot cam, I want to positioning. Yeah, because this is the animations. Yeah, the animations with the animations. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. So I need to have, yeah, to the position, to the pose, yeah, from the zombie. Yeah, that's why I try to arrange which current positions I need to render. Yeah, which current of camera. Yeah, let's say, yeah, from shot camera. Yeah, so you can create some camera on your scenes. Yeah, let's say in shot cam one. Yeah, here. So I try to put the lighting. Yeah. So the lighting first, I put this is the sky dome. Yeah, the sky dome is like a center. Yes, center of light. Yeah. So once you have the sky dome, yeah, sometimes we want to, I want to do some the environment. Yeah, from the environment. That's why we can put the SDR file inside in sky dome. Yeah, how to do? Yeah, show you. Yeah, so I try to resize my skydome. Yeah, so the skydome again, yeah, we need to see the render. Yeah, that's why we can go to the Arnold render. Then yeah, of course the first is to bright. Yeah, too bright. And then yes, yeah, we need to, yeah, to bright because we don't to adjust the intensity, yeah, of this lighting. And of course, yeah, in this scenes, I already using we call the AI denoiser. Yeah, I think the default, once you render, there is a noise, yeah, noise on your camera. That's why in this scene, yeah, I try to put the AI denoiser, yeah, the Arnold, yeah, filter, yeah, looks smooth, anything, because yeah, the AI denoiser, okay. So yeah, this is too bright. Yeah, so I go to the attribute from this skydome. So I try to have the SDRI file. So I put the SDRI. Okay, go to the image name and then you can put this in the SDRI where you save. Yes, again you can have the inside this in the Polyhaven website and texture and anything. There is a lot, right? There is a lot, right? The texture, the SDRI, yeah, file in the, yeah, yeah. So I try to put the SDRI. Once I put the SDRI, yeah, again, so this is the exposure I set to 5. Yeah, so yeah, of course this is too bright. Yeah, so we need to adjust, yeah, from this position to adjust, yeah, to decrease the number, the value from this uh, resolutions. Yeah, again. So no worry about this warning. Yeah, sometimes when you do some rendering, yeah, at least you have a warning. Yeah, this warning indicate, let's say, the file too big when you render. Yeah, especially for the texture in Arnold. Yeah, they automatically, yeah, there is options. Yeah, there is options to convert the TX file. Yeah, they call the TX file. And of course, yeah, one thing, yeah, in Maya, I think starting 2024, there is the ICIO, yeah, the color IO. Yeah, so the color IO, which means if you want to do some send to the com, yeah, the file, yeah, so you can pick, yeah, either from this, yeah, I think behind this, yeah, there is the default color configuration or color IO, or even you can go to the Windows and preferences. Yeah, there is the color management. Yeah, that's why, yeah, in this demo, yeah, so I set default. Yeah, because I don't working with the others, let's say the compositing file. Yeah, that's why I'm using the currently the by default. Okay, so I try to render, yeah, render again to have, and this in these sessions, So I tweak some like the intensity, the exposure, yeah, two items, yeah, I need to uh, tweak, yeah. So once you have this sky dome, sometimes you have this like a noise. Yeah, this is happening. Yeah, when you see my screen right now, hey, where's the noise? Because I'm using the AI denoiser filter. Yeah, inside the Arnold render. So once you have the noise, yeah, I think previously before the AI and AI denoiser features in Arnold, yeah, this is more to avoid, yeah, to avoid the how to avoid the noise, or even you want to decrease the noise on your scenes, so you can put, they call the light portal. Yeah, the light portal, yeah, this functions sometimes people when I talk, hey, why using the light portal? Yeah, because they want to reduce, yeah, they want to reduce the noise, yeah, on the render. Yeah, once you render you have a noise, so you want to reduce, you put some light portal. And number two, the file is not too heavy. Yeah, it is again, yeah, the heavy of file is again is depend this of the poly count. Yeah, the poly count, the numbers, yeah, poly count inside on your scenes. Yeah, it's depend, but that's the reason sometimes. Okay, so the next we can put the portal, light portal. So let's say I want to put the every side of the window. Yeah, number one, I want to reduce the noise. Number two, I want to absorb, yeah, absorb the lighting from the AI sky dome, yeah, into the interior. Yeah, because this is the interior. Yeah, we want to more natural. Yeah, that's why I put this portal light to every window. Yeah. Okay, so I move. Yeah, so I move and then I put every side of the windows. Okay. Yeah, there is a four, or sorry, five. Yeah, I think at the top there is a window at the top. So I move and then we will see the result. Okay, we will see the result moment. So this is trying to this, yeah, moment I stop. Once you have the portal, yeah, when you see side of the window, yeah, the light, yeah, the lighting from the sky dome, yeah, that's around this. Yeah, I think the reason, one of the reason using the portal, yeah, so we want to do, so we don't want to do some a lot of lighting, yeah, inside. And number two, of course, the noise. Yeah, again, yeah, this is when you see my screen right now, maybe the question, where is the noise? There is noise because I'm using the AI denoiser. But once you have this portal light, yeah, they reduce, yeah, the noise. Okay. Okay, so I move because this is the render. I'm using this all the setting from the Arnold. I set default. Yeah, see, when you see the difference before and after using the portal light, yeah, inside in Arnold. Okay, so I move again. So I move. Yeah, so yeah, the, yeah, looks nice. Yeah, around the side of the window, and then trying to tweak, yeah, the upper. I want to some lighting from the top to the bottom. Yeah, the lighting is coming, yeah, from the top. Okay, so the portal mode, there is the interior and exterior. Yeah, so you can put both, or either you can put the interior. In this case, I'm using the interior. Yeah, that's why I choose the interior. So yeah, the next I want to put some more lighting, because when you have the portal lighting, so you cannot adjust, because there is no intensity, exposure inside in light portal. Yeah, Yeah, different with this area light. Yeah, the area light, so you can adjust the bright, yeah, the intensity, yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's why, yeah, this is more easy to have the, I put again the area light. Yeah, this is the portal light. I put the area light at the bottom. So I change the shape. Yeah, I changed the shape. So I try to snap, because, yeah, to snap this with these positions. And then I change the shape, yeah, from the area light, yeah, from quad to this. Yeah. Yeah, again, yeah, this the reason I want to more have the lighting from the top. Yeah, so I move. I think we try to see the render output, the result. So I adjust the intensity. Yeah, to have, yeah, this is bad. Yeah, that's why I need to decrease, yeah, the exposure inside in the Arnold render. Yeah, not too bright. Yeah, because this is the horror, yeah, horror movie. As a reference, we don't want to more brighting, yeah, more bright inside in the room, the interior. Yeah, so that's why I try to locate it. Yeah, this is located, so you can remark the area, not the whole area you need to render. Sometimes it takes time. Yeah, that's why in Arnold you just remark which area you want to see the as a render output. Yeah, this is the minimize, yeah, the consume the render time. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so I move. Okay, yeah. So I change the this light, yeah, with the blue one. Yeah, I want to have the lighting, yeah, like in the moon, yeah, moonlight. Yeah, the sky is a bit blue. Yeah, it will be reflect, yeah, to the interior. Yeah, that's why I change the color. I just change the color and a bit to adjust. Yeah, this is the snapshot. Yeah, that's why we can compare after and before. This is more, sometimes it's very helpful, yeah, to do some comparisons, yeah, before and after. Yeah, that's why, yeah, this help you sometimes to compare. Yeah, after this, I want to adjust. Yeah, if I think if you don't use this snapshot, so you can delete it. Okay. Okay, so I scroll to, yeah, to get the spread. Yeah, again, I don't want to more brighting. Yeah, the lighting from the top. Yeah, again, I just, yeah, go to the exposure. Yeah, to have the exposure to have this scene. Yeah, okay. So yeah, again, yeah, what I'm trying to do right now to have the lighting from the window. Yeah, so at the door. Yeah, so I want to create some lighting like somebody open the door, yeah, in this room. Yeah, that's why I just put the area light, yeah, shape in this scene. That's why it looks like a door. Yeah, the this is will be create the lighting. Yeah, the lighting from the door. Even though labs, let's say if you want to have another way, yeah, with Arnold filter. Yeah, I forgot the name. Yeah, they have a filter, so you can create some like a square lighting. But this is more easy to create like lighting from the door. Yeah. Okay. Let's say this is will be create the result. Yeah, the result create as the door. Yeah, the lighting from the door. Yeah, from the outside coming to the room. Yeah. So okay, let me move. Okay. Yeah, see. Yeah, this is I'm trying to adjust again the lighting to have this, and then I try to move to get more the positions. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the positions. Okay, yeah, until I'm focusing for this subject. Yeah, the zombie. Yeah, in front of this shot cam camera. Yeah, that's why the I need to repositions. yeah, to have. Okay, so yeah, so this is this okay, yeah, this is not too bright. Yeah, this is like the example. Yeah, let's say we can see in the next demo what need to improve to create more realistic. Yeah, I think of course, yeah, the material you need to convert, yeah, to Arnold. Yeah, that's why this is because I get this character from Mixamo. That's why once I get the Arnold render, I need to convert. So you can go to the Hypershade and then you can convert into the Arnold. Yeah, I think it's more easy. You can tweak the material, of course. Yeah. Okay, so I move to the second demo. Yeah, the second demo, I'm still to tweak the door. Yeah, the door when you see right now is looks like this somebody to open, yeah, the door and the lighting coming through. Yeah, so this is the setting. Yeah, so this is the setting. There is a camera AA, which means the anti-alias, and diffuse, so you can adjust. Yeah, but again you need to once you have the camera AA or diffuse, sometimes when you adjust, this will be multiplication. Yeah, you can see this is the number sampling. Yes, so you need to consider. Yeah, once you have to more maximum, yeah, yes, this is a bit slow, sometimes a bit slow. Yeah. Okay, so I in this step I want to do some atmosphere. Yeah, so this is the environment, the atmosphere. So I want to create the fog. Yeah, so the fog. Yeah, there is an options. Yeah, create atmosphere, volume, and the fog. So I want to create more general. Yeah, this room is a bit, the lighting is a bit fog. Yeah, I think what's the difference? Yeah, when you create, I think some area for the AI fog, but when we want to all the lighting, yeah, it will be reflect, yeah, to the lighting. So you need to put some this at AI atmosphere or volume. Yeah, this is the global. Yeah, okay. So once I get the atmosphere, yeah, this is like the density. Yeah, sometimes when you increase the density to bright, yeah, sometimes the, yeah, like this. Yeah, so some of scenes maybe can acceptable, but mostly this is not acceptable because it's too foggy. Yeah, too foggy. Yeah, a lot of fog in this scene. That's why we need to adjust the density. Yeah, the density. Yeah, this is the minimum 000. Okay, so I try to, yeah, to see the light. Yeah, like the fog coming once the lighting from the area light. Yeah, from the door outside. Yeah, coming to inside the room. Yeah, the fog, something like that. Yeah, so I try to, we need to, let's say, to adjust like density and tuitions, and also you can put the color. Yeah, so this I try to using the default. Yeah, okay, so I'm trying to rearrange the camera like the scenes. Yeah, the story. Yeah, the zombie, yeah, is coming to reach out. Yeah, the door. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to positions, yeah, this camera. Yeah, to follow, yeah, to follow the light coming from outside. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so okay, so even let's say you want to uh more combinations, so you can combine with the fractal. Yeah, to give some pattern. Yeah, I think it's more like firefly, something like that. Yeah, even you can combine with the fractal, yeah, in the material. Yeah, that's why, yeah, again you need to tweak, yeah, to get the fire flies effect. Okay, okay, so I move. Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah, let's say I don't want to more complex in this the environment. Yeah, so you can cancel or you can break down. Yeah, break. Yeah, you can break inside the color. Yeah, so I move again. So I move and then I'm trying to positioning the camera. Yeah, which camera, which angle. Yeah, which angle. So I try to the atmosphere. I change the blue colors. Yeah, so I don't. I want to more like the focus. Yeah, not the covering all the black color. Yeah, so I need to put some blue color. Yeah, I think it's depend. Yeah, in this scene I want to more not too bright. Yeah, not to the white color, but I change. Yeah, with the blue one. Yeah, okay. So I move to the next. Yeah, this room have this light. Yeah, so you can apply. Yeah, with this mesh light from Arnold. Yeah, to do some yeah more the like the spotlight. Yeah, spotlight. Yeah, at the top of this zombie. But again, you see this is the reflect. Yeah, that's why we need to remove this. Yeah, sometimes when you tweak the lighting, yeah, and in another side, yeah, you can say, hey, this is not to, I don't want to do some rendering. Yeah, like this part. Yeah, again, yeah, I think in the this one is more easy because you can bring into com. Yeah, so you can edit. Yeah, in the next. But again, this is I need to tweak and more improvement from the lighting. Yeah, again you can change the lighting, which mean will be the atmosphere. Yeah, the color of the atmosphere. Again, you can change the color. Yeah, it's depend. Yeah, you what you want to bring. Yeah, what you can bring your story, your lighting to the story. Okay. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I adjust until like a normal. Yeah. So I don't want to any shape of the lighting. So that's why I adjust the spread. Yeah. Sometimes we can. I think the 0 0 spread, which means is square. So we need to adjust. We can put the number here to get the side is more blur. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Okay, again, yeah, this is the AI imager. Yeah, what's the AI imager? Imager is looks like the filters. Let's say you want to adjust the curve, the color curve, the color. I think the color corrections. Even though you can tweak here in Arnold. Yeah, this is like the simple one lah. Yeah, but if you want to more complex, yeah, you can bring to the Photoshop. Even you can bring to the Anycom, yeah, After Effect or something lah. So even maybe you can roto, yeah, anything, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, but this is how to do some the color corrections. Yeah, inside in this Arnold say so I can say yeah this feature is nice to have. Sometimes it's help yeah to color corrections. Yeah, so we don't need to bring to the Photoshop and bring back. No, yeah, we just do it. Yeah, I think the simple one inside in Arnold render view. Yeah, this is the advantage. Yeah, using adjust the the color correction inside in Arnold. Okay, so we move to the next. Yeah, I think next will be need only the improve. Yeah, so this I want to do some put the lighting. Yeah, the light is break through. Yeah, break through the reflection shadow. Yeah, at this area. Yeah, that's why I need to the gobo. Yeah, they call the gobo filter. Yeah, so yeah, what should we do? Yeah, so I put the spot. Yeah, the spotlight. Yeah, so I put the spotlight. inside in this. I think the lighting is coming from here. That's why I need to spot, because the gobo filter, yeah, I think inside in spotlight, yeah, at the bottom when we scroll down, yeah. So even if you want to put, we want to adjust, yeah, maybe you can put the locator and then you can constrain, yeah, the M constraint, yeah. This is more easy sometimes to arrange, yeah, to arrange to for arrange the positions, rotation. Sometimes we don't need to go the lighting, then we can, yeah, embed with the locator, yeah, with the constraint. Okay, I just put here. That's why I need the lighting coming from here and then reflect to the wall side here. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I adjust first, then yeah, I put the okay, let's say from these positions. Okay, so in this spot, so we can arrange the cone angle, yeah, something like that, yeah. So where is the gobo? You can scroll down inside in gobo. You can add here, put here, either add the filters, yeah. So the gobo files, and then you can go to the attribute and sitemap. Yeah, gobo need the sitemap, so you can create, even though you can pick on the online. There is a lot the gobo. See, yeah, yeah, because this the volume, yeah, environment, yeah, this is once you have the lighting coming, this is like a fog, yeah, reflect to the, yeah, of course, yeah, this is too bright, yeah, so I don't want to do some bright, too bright here. That's why we need to adjust the intensity, yeah, and the exposure from this spotlight. Okay, yeah, exposure, I think I need to decrease. I don't want to too bright. Yeah, again, you need to if you have the GPU, I think much more better. Yeah, you currently using the CPU. Yeah, because the spec, yeah, I need to using only the CPU. Yeah, but you have the GPU is more faster. Yeah, see, yeah, more right now is a bit natural. Yeah, even, yeah, you can adjust this like a shadow density. Yeah, again. So I try to adjust until I get the position. Yeah, sometimes is this is too big or a bit weird. You need to adjust. Yeah, sometimes when you mapping, yeah, sometimes it's coming from the mapping file. So you need to see. Yeah, in this example, yeah, is I think is more default lah. Maybe have the reflection from the stairs. Yeah, the second floor there is a stair. That's why this reflection from there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I move to, yeah, yeah. I try to get the positions. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I try to put the locator. This is more easy for me to adjust. Yeah, the constraint. I'm using the aim constraint to the locator. So yeah, but again, you need to once you, yeah, more easy, then I need to go back and then yeah, this is more easy. I put the locator here to help. Yeah, so let's say I don't want to the shadow is more long. I want to more short. Yeah, yeah. Again, this is more easy. Yeah, this is uh yeah, again, which you want to see the light more to adjust the light is more realistic. Yeah, again. Okay, yeah, this to create the gobo from the spotlight to 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 get the improvement, yeah, from this render. Okay, again, so I move to the next demo. Yeah, this next demo I try to, let's say, I want to render this, then I want to bring my render to comp. Yeah, how to do. Yeah, again. So inside in the Maya, there is a light editor, yeah, or there is light lister or light editor. This is more easy sometimes to maintain, yeah, to maintain how many lighting in our scenes, yeah. So once you have the light editor, so you can see this is the exposure. Yeah, this is the color and exposure. So let's say you want to change the color, the exposure, anything from here. This is more easy, so you don't need go to the every. You can select the lighting here, and then you can go to the attribute. Yeah, so you can change. So by the light editor, this is more easy to maintain. Yeah, okay. So again, this is slide, yeah. So this since I want to render out, yeah. So even you can render with Arnold, yeah, on your scenes, yeah. This is support, yeah. Once let's say I don't want to click render, so I just only the like the IPR, yeah. This is okay, yeah. Now let's say we want to change the color, the exposure. Yeah, when you see right now, this is the IPR, yeah. That's why it's not too detailed, yeah. One sometimes you need to, of course, you need to convert, yeah, yeah, the material, default material to Arnold material by in Hypersheet, yeah. Or even let's say, hey, I want to just adjust more than one lighting, just click shift, then you can select, yeah, there is this property, yeah. Even let's say inside in there is a detail one, okay. So let's say uh, this is possible also when you put, because in Arnold they call the light mixer, yeah. They filter, they have the light mixer. That's why how to use the light mixer, yeah. Or you let's say you want to render the lighting, yeah. So you can name first in AOV light group, yeah. This is important because this is they put the default, yeah. So you need to put the name of your lighting. This is more easy sometimes too when you do some rendering, yeah. AOV rendering, yeah, for send to yeah. com yeah, that's why you need to name, okay. Okay, so I put the name based on the outliner name here, okay. Yeah, so there is the, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so once I go to the Arnold render view, so I try to mix lighter. Yeah, they call the light mixer. Yeah, light mixer. They can mix. Even they can mix the color. Yeah, let's say you have a green color, you have the red color, so will be have like the combination, yeah. That's why they call the light mixer, okay. Again, I go to the light mixers. Once you have the light mixers, this is automatically they list. Why they list? Because the first you need to name the AOV lighting. Okay, yeah, let's say I want to mix, I can mix. This is between front and left, yeah. So let's say I want to more lighting, I put the green color here, so they can mix, yeah. They can mix the lighting, yeah, inside your object, yeah. This is sometimes to help we to create some another lighting, yeah, another lighting, yeah. Again, yeah, this is the light mixer. Okay, so the next, yeah, after you decide everything, so you want to bring to com, yeah, yeah. So this inside in AOV, yeah, AOV. This is the channel, yeah. This is the channel. When you see there is a albedo background, AA, yeah, AO. Even though let's say you want to create at the custom, Yeah, okay. So I move, let's say you can select it which channel you want to render. Yeah, this is the noise albedo, yeah, by default. Yeah, and then diffuse direct, indirect. Yeah, I think this is the common. You can select it. Even the idea sometimes when we can bring the color idea. Yeah, let's say you can open in Photoshop, you can tweak something like that. Yeah, this is, let's say, the custom create the AOV. Let's say I put the name AO. Yeah, create AO. Then I go to the, yeah, to adjust. Yeah, because once I choose the AO, and then we go to shader. Yeah, go to the shaders, and then I try to get the Arnold AO. Yeah, yeah, even they say you can adjust the AOV Arnold. You can go to the Arnold, then yeah, there is this AO. Yeah, AO Arnold. Yeah, ambient occlusions attribute. Okay, let's say you want to create some mesh. Yeah, I think same. Again, you can go to, yeah, any kind of channel you want to create it custom, so you can custom. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is like the idea. Once you render, yeah, automatically they can have inside in list to the top of the Arnold render view. Yeah, like this idea Z channel AO specular and indirect direct diffuse direct indirect, something like that. Okay. So yeah, yeah, let's say we can bring, yeah, okay, and then yeah, this is the noise specular direct indirect. Yeah, once you have, and then you can render. Yeah, this is AO. Yeah, ambient occlusions. So you can bring to the EXR file. Yeah, EXR file, which means you can bring this to the COM. Yeah, then yeah, let's say if you have the After Effect, or either you can bring to the Nuke. Yeah, so you can using the shuffle node, yeah, to break down the, yeah, anything, yeah, you want to adjust inside in Nuke. Yeah, it's again, yeah, the EXR. So this is, you can follow, yeah, the instructions. Yeah, that's why, yeah, this name and this the render pass name. Yeah, this is the result. Yeah, render pass AO, file beauty, the noise, diffuse indirect, and ID, and so on. Yeah, so you can bring here to the COM to A, or you can use the nuke, yeah, to tweak this picture. Yeah, the scene you have. Okay, yeah. So when we talking the Arnold right now, yeah, I think I am Arnold still 7.4 or 4.5 something. Yeah, what's new? Yeah, this is the example how Arnold can handle the huge amount of the polygon files. Yeah, sometimes when you do some polygon, this is too higher. Yeah, high poly count, high poly. That's why sometimes it's a bit uh, difficult. Yeah, see, this is the poly count. Yeah, the number. Can you imagine if you have a lot things? Yeah, even though right now Maya support the USD. Yeah, if you understand right now, mostly the pipeline using the USD file. Yeah, this is more light. Yeah, USD, which mean Universal Scene Description, the new one. Yeah, yeah, by Maya right now. But let's say I want to maintain in Arnold, so you can export this file, yeah, as the .s, yeah, Arnold file format. You can go to the Arnold, and then scene export, go to the, yeah, there is S. Yeah, as, yeah, as support this stand for, yeah, as, yeah, Arnold render. Then yeah, you can bring the S file to your scene. Yeah, this is like the reference, but yeah, like the xref, yeah, something like that. This is but the Arnold version, they call the S. Yeah, A double S. Yeah, A double S. Then you can bring, yeah, this is more uh like the, yeah, how to, yeah, even this is you can see this is the point cloud. Yeah, once you have the export or you save your file, the AWS. Yeah, so even though I don't want to more complex lah. Yeah, so I want to show only the box. Yeah, the bonding box model. Yeah, is no problem. Yeah, because once you render, you can see your object there. Yeah, they're already there. Yeah, so this time I try to duplicate. I want to create more object around this scene. Yeah, that's why I try to multiplications. Okay, yeah, so I move. So this is happening on your scenes. It's not too heavy. Yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah, if you have the spec lower, yeah, I think it's polygon. I think before you can see it to a thousands, yeah, 1,000+ polygon, yeah, inside in this object. That's why this is sometimes is help you to maintain, yeah, your object, yeah, your file. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to render. That's why I put the photometric or the sky dome. Yeah, I think go to the sky dome. I try to render. This is the, yeah, okay. I put the physical and sky, yeah, to embed. Yeah, so I try to embed to the sky dome. Then I try to render out and see the result. Okay, yeah, this how to the way Arnold the handle this object. Yeah, that's why, yeah, sometimes it's more easy to maintain. Yeah, that's why, yeah, even though right now Autodesk MAE have the Golem. Yeah, if you know, if you want to see the video about the Golem, yeah, we have already webinar I think before. Yeah, so you can see the Golem. Yeah, the Golem. Yeah, you can create the crowd system. Yeah, from this with the Maya as a plugin as Maya. Okay, so again, this is the one of the feature with the toon shader. Yeah, let's say you want to create some cartoon. Yeah, cartoon render. Yeah, how to do to create this. Yeah, kind of this, because this using the OSL file. Yeah, the open source file. You can download it. I think this have this sample. Yeah, again, this object I took from the Turbo Squid or something, I forgot. Yeah, then I try to, yeah, create some bright light. Yeah, again, I need to using the network, the node base. Yeah, the network, the node editor. Yeah, so I bring the AI tool. Yeah, this is more, yeah, you just tap, yeah, press the tab and then you can, if you remember, yeah, so you can bring the AI tool to the node editor to hook. Yeah, yeah, and then, yeah, this is the AI tool. Yeah, they call, yeah, every time AI, yeah, AI is a Arnold Material AI tool. Then you can go to the uh, yeah, go to the, yeah, environment of something, yeah, filters again. Yeah, so the filters you can put the contour. Remember, once you want to create the tone shader, I think the outline, yeah, that's why the contour, yeah, we need to put the contour of the filter here, the type contour. Okay, then, okay, I go and then we can tweak, yeah, the edge. Yeah, this is the AI tune attribute. Yeah, once you have, see, yeah, when you see, hey, this is looks the outline. Yeah, this is the clean now, but I think I didn't, I want to put some another. Yeah, this is the tone. Yeah, this is the tone shader. I want to put some like the comic book, right? The comic book looks like a dot around here. Yeah, the effect, yeah, dot around here. That's why I need to another note from this Arnold. Yeah, yeah. So we can, yeah, again, I put the lighting, I move. So yeah, this is AI. moment. You just, yeah, you can play around with the lighting. Yeah, I want, let's say, I don't want to the whole red, but I want to mix, yeah, this gradient. Yeah, I want to more mix to the gradient. Okay, again, so I move how to put the spot. Okay, so I need to put the ambient occlusions. Yeah, so you need to ambience occlusions. Yeah, again to more deep. Yeah, more deep like cartoon. Yeah, like a cartoon in comic. Yeah, so that's why I put this ambient occlusions. Then I try to adjust. Yeah, even let's say I don't I want to more add more color. Yeah, it's I think it's okay. But I move again moment. Okay, until I have the base, yeah, tone map. Then I try to put some they call OSL. Yeah, what this OSL shader? OSL is open shading language. Yeah, so I try to connections. Yeah, between the value. Yeah, to put the value and this specular tone map. Yeah, this will be effect anything is shading shadow, yeah, around here it will be convert like a dot. Yeah, that's why. So once you have the OSL shading, so you can bring to the R node and then you can find the OSL shader to have there is an effect. Yeah, I think yeah, mostly you can go to the OSL shader, so you can download here and then open with the this is script. You just copy and you do the paste. Yeah, just copy and paste because this already there. Just paste here and then try to render to generate. Yeah, this is the compile. You need to compile first. Yeah, you need to compile the OSL code here. Otherwise, you can see you don't see anything happen. Yeah, that's why you need to compile. Yeah, you need to compile. Yeah, see until they green. Yeah, green which means it's no error. Yeah, you need to adjust here because it's already here the SLC like a dot. You need to adjust like even you can change from dot to the cross. Yeah, the line. Yeah, the line cross. Even you can increase the number. It depend. Yeah, you want which you want to improve to your render with the OSL shader. Okay. Okay, I move again till I got this. Yeah, I want like this one to create some like a comic. Yeah, render. Yeah, this is kind example. Yeah, using the AI which sorry the Arnold shader OSL inside in Maya. Okay. Yeah, again, this is the denoiser from this. Yeah, there is the two denoiser, even three noise, din, and optics. Yeah, this is the denoiser. Yeah, when you have the denoiser, again, yeah, this is why when you see my render is not the noise in my render because I'm using the denoise before. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I think by default is a noise, a bit noisy, especially when I talking about this portal light. Why we need to have the portal light? Yeah. Okay. So this is this the yeah. I'll not also have the lookup table LUT. Yeah, lookup table. Let's say if you have the after effect LUT, so you can bring here. Yeah, so it will be works to create some cinematic. Yeah, even I want to do some more cinematic inside with using the lookup table or LUT. Yeah, you can bring. Yeah, even the uh, you can bring the let's say the after effect. Yeah, the LUT. Yeah, sometimes it's pay, but you can find free. But yeah, free I think is not quite good lah. Sometimes the color sometimes is a bit different. But this is the file of LUT cube look 3DL and CRF. Yeah, I think most sometimes the After Effect plugin the LUT you can adaptations inside in Arnold. Okay. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is the AI imager, yeah, that I already. This is the way you create some color curve, yeah, editing. Even you can change the tone, the lighting, the brightness, the by curve, yeah, by RAM. They call the RAM RGB. Because, yeah, there is a lot more improvement, yeah, in Arnold. Yeah, this is the Arnold. Scalability, the GPU and CPU, the optimized for the NVIDIA RTX technology for GPU. Yeah, okay. Yeah, even though when you switch between GPU and CPU in render with Arnold, yeah, flexibility, choose the type rendering best. Yeah, again, this is depend your system, your VGA or the graphic card. Okay, I think is, yeah. Okay, this is the comparisons between the CPU and GPU in this scenes render. I think with the older VGA, yeah, 2070 Ti, yeah, the RTX, the old one lah. I think nowadays there is the new one, the 5 series, yeah, more. But when you see this is more quite different. CPU 12 minutes 30 seconds and GPU is 1 minute 30 second. Yeah, so this is the render. Once you render, you can see the parallel render is no issue right now because session on the CPU. Yeah, you can parallel to render. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we end to this presentation. Let